Welcome to the Class of 2020 Virtual Senior Luncheon. Although we don't have food for you today, we are so excited that you have decided to tune in. We'll try to keep this short, sweet, and enjoyable for you. Today we are here to celebrate the long-lasting impact that we have had on Legend and each other over the past 4 years. We're going to hear about this impact from one of our amazing faculty heralds and celebrate each other through the superlatives we voted on. So let's get excited for graduation. It's finally only 3 days away.
Being stuck is a position few of us like. We want something new, but cannot let go of the old. Old ideas, beliefs, habits, even thoughts. We are out of contact with our own genius. Sometimes we know we are stuck, sometimes we don't. In both cases, we have to do something. Class of 2020, the one where they got quarantined. COVID-19 made you all stuck. Stuck in your homes, stuck behind computer screens, stuck wanting the old ways of senior years of the past. So I want to ask you a question. What did you do about being stuck? How did you react when you heard that school was not going to happen? How did you feel when you were told there would be no senior prom or that you may not get a graduation? What you all have gone through these last 3 months, no other graduating class knows or understands those feelings. Well, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret, one that I don't share with very many people. When I was in high school, I made some pretty foolish decisions that cost me all of the senior traditions. So I know what it's like to go into spring break and be told you can't come back. I know the pain of not getting a senior prom and the devastation of not being allowed to walk across the stage at graduation. So I know that feeling of being stuck in the terrifying and unknown space of realizing that what you thought was your plan for the last 12 years is never going to happen. But the biggest difference between you and me is you all did nothing to make this come about. None of this is because of a foolish decision made by any of you. But the question still remains, what did we do? For me, I never stopped striving for what I wanted. I knew I was missing out on some pretty big milestones of growing up, but I also knew that those were just events. They weren't going to shape my life or change my future. I saw an opportunity to finish my high school career strong, but then leave it behind and move on ready for my next adventure where I could build my own opportunities, not determined by high school prom or graduation. So you see, while what I went through was pretty hard and I missed some pretty big opportunities, and sometimes I get sad when I think about not having those memories, I have to remember the opportunities I have had since high school and the memories I have made, regardless of all of those milestones. So while what you guys went through these last 3 months is terrible, and the things that were taken away from you do suck, you're not the only ones to have these opportunities disappear overnight. You're not even the only class of 2020. So I ask you, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to react? Will you wallow forever in the pain of not getting the graduation you thought you were going to, where you could walk across the stage in front of all of your family and friends? Or are you going to let this be a missed memory? One that you can be sad about and grieve over, but then not let it stop you. I've seen some pretty amazing things from Legends class of 2020 over the years. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, you can't tell many of you to stop doing something that you truly believe in. So don't let the loss of these senior traditions be what defines you. Instead, have it help you build opportunities to become leaders, inventors, doctors, musicians. Whatever you choose, I hope you choose where your passions most lie. Choose a path that you wholeheartedly believe in, not a path that you're told to take. That is how we get stuck. Overcome the obstacles put in front of you by COVID and show this virus, your parents, the media, each other, but most importantly yourselves, how amazing and life-changing you can be. Get in contact with your own genius and do something. Congratulations, class of 2020, you did it.
If you earn a superlative, check your school email for your certificate of achievement. They'll be sent at 6:30 today. First off, Best Smile Female goes to Sydney Houseman. Best Smile Male goes to Corbin Spratt. Class Clown goes to Trevor Rodell. Biggest Flirt goes to Jared Boatwright. Most likely to break quarantine for Chicken Shack was actually a tie between Ty Gish and Riley Sullivan. Cutest couple goes to Merrick Stenberg and Lucy Roberts. Peas in a Pod female goes to Brooke and Katie Oswald. And Best Bromance goes to Caleb Albaugh and Joe Chardulo. Most likely to succeed is Sarah Fox. Most artistic goes to Rohit D'Souza. Most athletic male goes to Merrick Stenberg. Most athletic female goes to Lucy Roberts. Most spirited goes to Avery Williams. Most likely to be a teacher at Legend is Jared Whitaker. Most likely to become president is James Heyer. Most likely to have 12 kids goes to Rachel DeRose. Most likely to be the next Bill Gates goes to Hunter Ball. Most likely to be the next Einstein goes to Adit Desai. And most likely to be CEO of a big company goes to Ariana Kadkodian.
Biggest daredevil goes to Jackson Freeman. Most likely to be a stand-up comedian goes to Darian Dow. Most likely to cure cancer goes to Cole Coates. Most likely to write a best-selling novel goes to Alec Van Blarkum. Most likely to stay in quarantine goes to David Prado. Most likely to be America's Next Top Model goes to Danny Vanderheiden. Most likely to be on Dancing with the Stars goes to Katie Oswald. Most likely to be on The Bachelorette goes to Emma Mortimer. Most likely to be on The Bachelor goes to Cam Levan. Most likely to be late to their own wedding goes to Kira Clay. Most likely to join the circus goes to Josephine Boutier. Most likely to visit all the countries in the world goes to Isabella Bartels. Most likely to lend you their last dollar goes to Paige Feeder. Most likely to be in a Twitter fight goes to Sarandon Nugent. Most likely to be a doctor goes to Sage Pendleton. Most sarcastic goes to Zach Malema. Most likely to go bald before age 30 goes to Tafari Chambay. Most changed since freshman year goes to Morgan Saunders. Most likely to be a millionaire goes to Ryan Elkin. And most likely to be a soccer mom goes to Grace LaManna.
Okay, most likely to be a hacker for the CIA goes to Ethan Alvey. Most likely to be the next Joe Exotic goes to Amy Marshall. Most likely to be an overprotective dad goes to Tanner Muller. Most likely to join the vlog squad goes to Darren Tran. Most likely to join the Hype House goes to Aslan Nugent. Most likely to win The Voice goes to Izzy McDougal. Most likely to never be single goes to Maddie Seacrest. Most likely to be ID'd when they're 40 goes to Josh Huey. Best Fro goes to Eric Holt. Most likely to end up in the Guinness Book of World Records goes to Evan DeCapit. Most likely to live the longest goes to Bria Everett. Most likely to be on Broadway goes to Lucas Barta. Most likely to win an Oscar goes to Nate Smith. Most likely to be unrecognizable at the class reunion goes to Lucas Erickson. Most likely to win the lottery goes to Blake Catt. Most likely to own their own business goes to Andrew Lapointe. Most likely to be the most inked or tattooed goes to Ben Rosenbach. Most likely to win the Nobel Peace Prize goes to Jewel Garrick. Most likely to trip and fall at graduation goes to Peyton Brink. And most likely to move out of the country goes to Hunter Hoadley.
Best rapper goes to Joseph Holguin. Most likely to brighten your day goes to Ashlyn Smith. Most likely to Snapchat a whole concert is Jess Green. Most likely to wear Crocs goes to Brooke Philbin. Most likely to fall asleep pretty much anywhere goes to Jerry Yu. Most contagious laugh goes to Allie Lowe. Most sassy goes to Chandler Fleming. Most organized goes to Libby Peter. Most likely to cure COVID-19 goes to Ketsia Ojeda. Best nickname goes to Jackson Warner. Best eyes female is Brooke Oswald. Best eyes male is Michael Poffel. Best dancer, Ella Crandall. Best musician, Benji Bennick. Worst driver goes to Zoe Lofton. Best dressed female goes to Bree Davy. Best dressed male goes to Shaheen Gamari. Best Instagram goes to Ashlyn Liebelt. Cutest couple that never was goes to Lucas Erickson and Hannah Detter. And most likely to take their cat on a walk goes to Ryan Koosman. Thank you all for tuning in to celebrate our amazing class. We're so glad to have gotten the chance to recognize our classmates. Senior Sunset will be Wednesday at Talmadge Park at 7:30 p.m. and graduation is Thursday at 6 p.m. Let's get together to celebrate with our class for the last time. Have a great night.